Nathan.
I think I want to kiss him.
Said that there was...
He wants to kiss me too, I can tell.
A message on the machine about Mom.
What?
They've got her ready. She was in too bad of a shape for an open casket, but service will be Sunday.
But there...
I think it's best if you don't go. I don't need people asking about your issues.
Welcome, Caitlyn Cody. Cody.
Thank you, Lester.
There you go. Take 30 from the Tallgrass Film Festival, Tallgrass Film Association, Take 36 winner of Best Female Filmmaker and production design. Yeah. There you go. Caitlyn Cody. I'm Lester Rowe. You know that already. Okay. So we're going to talk about your film that you submitted in Take 36, a 36-hour film race that Tallgrass does every year. Your film entitled Heart Shaped Pancakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is start with the title.
Okay.
How'd you come with the title?
It was like 3 a.m. and we went through every possible title and we were like, I don't know what to call it. And one of the elements is hearts. And we thought we didn't really do it very well. So we're like, we'll just call it Heart Shaped Pancakes to not a very good title.
So you figured that out last.
Yeah. Like we were sitting there like trying to create like our little title sequence thing. And we were like, I don't know, just call it Heart Shaped Pancakes. It took us like an hour.
What's good about it, if I saw it and I didn't see it in like a film race and there was all these qualifiers, kind of makes it a lot more creepy. Mm-hmm. A lot more uncomfortable after I saw what we see in your particular short. You went with like a horror thriller route.
Yeah.
That can be difficult. Why'd you do it?
We always like to do like serious stuff and like, well, we wanted to do something really like fun at first, but as we were writing, we were like, let's just like do something dark and horror because a lot of teams do like comedies, which we really enjoy, but I feel like most of the people that like on the teams that I work with, we're just not very funny. So we like like dark, creepy movies. So we'll go for something like that. But
so tell us about it. What was your concept, but also what were the elements that you had to incorporate? Because with the film race, in Take 36, there are elements that you're given the first night, Friday night, mm-hmm. and you have to incorporate those into the film, and it's a wild card of things that you can't know. So sometimes it makes it hard to prepare because you have to kind of make it work. Now this year we were a lot more lenient with it, but you still, most of the teams, if not all of them, still followed the elements as a part of their film. So talk about what your elements were and what your film ended up being about.
Right. So one of the elements was like the heart. So we did that with like the pancakes, and it was kind of creepy because one of our characters like made it for the girls. And then the other one was like the arc shot. And then our required location was the Emprise Bank grassy area. And then our line of dialogue was something like our desirable hidden secrets are gonna soon be discovered or something like that. I don't know. We used it as like a tarot
Sounds like
card
a comedy.
Thing.
Yeah. And what so you get those elements. How did you determine, this is what we're gonna write about, this would be the theme? What was the creative process?
Right. We usually just like to come up with a concept, like not thinking about our elements, because sometimes that can like shape what we're doing. And we really wanted to make something that was creepy, kind of like a 70s vibe. So as we were writing, we kind of wrote it first and then went back through and we're like, okay, where can we fit these elements rather than writing around the elements. And it was easier this year because they weren't as like, sometimes they're like the elements get kind of crazy and complicated and you kind of have to write around them. But I liked this year because we kind of had a little bit of freedom and then like added them in as we went.
What was it about?
The film?
Yeah.
About like a creepy guy and this girl who like has intrusive thoughts and is a little mentally ill.
Okay.
Just
Now,
a little mentally ill.
let's go through the writing process.
Okay.
Let's dig into that. Because I enjoyed your movie a
you.
lot. It was probably my favorite. Not probably was my favorite. I don't know if I should even say that.
I appreciate that.
But because it speaks more to like what I'm into and the type of things I like making and watching. And as well, it felt like again, if I didn't know this was a film race piece, I would have thought this was just a short that someone made. Because you guys went so, in this concept, you went so deep into the creepiness. How did you write this character? How did you write the character?
We wrote it probably not very like Take36 appropriate at first. It was like 11 p.m. on Friday and we were like going hard and like we're like, this man's gonna be super creepy. And then we finished it and we were like, we probably shouldn't like include some of this. So we went back through and rewrote it. Or like his parts. And then our actor like had canceled on us Friday night. He like messaged us and was like, sorry, I can't be there. And so then we had to like find another actor who was comfortable playing like kind of like a creepy role. And James Luce was available. So he ended up filling in that role. But we just wanted to make something creepy. And so that's what we were.
Succeeded. Success was achieved.
It was maybe a little too creepy in the end. I don't know.
It's bloody.
When I was your age, I had a job. If you were a working adult like us, you'd understand how much that steak is worth. You like steak. You ate it all the time when Mom cooked.
I hate steak.
Oh, so now it's my cooking that's not good enough. I can't win. Why don't you find somewhere else to leech off of?
There's a lot going on.
Did you write that character first? Was that the first?
No, we originally wanted just like the sister dynamic where like it was the younger sister and the older sister and like how she was kind of like a little bit of a bitch to her. I don't know if I can say it.
You can say it's
okay.
America.
Anyway.
Freedom of speech, First Amendment.
Anyway, so that's what we started with and they were like, okay, but then we wanted to kind of like go off the concept of like her having intrusive thoughts about like her sister because her sister's so rude to her and then like having intrusive thoughts about her sister's husband who ends up being a creep. So
on the creepy sister, and you used somewhat local, well-known Meghan Welch.
Yeah, Meghan Welch. She's so good.
Now everyone is used to seeing her in a certain light, and you guys brought her to a different direction. Was that something you asked her to do and she accepted, or she wanted to do that?
Yeah, so I guess we knew before going into the film race that we wanted to do something serious. And so we were like thinking about actors and this year it felt like really hard to find them. But then Monica has like worked with and knows Meghan and I had never met her before. And we asked her if she wanted to play something like serious and she said she was down. And she's like really good, really talented. I was like, it was the first time I met her and she's really great to work with. She's really fun.
If that's the role that you thought was going to be perfect for her, executed.
She did it great, yeah. And like she even said that she wanted to do more serious stuff, so people should ask her to be in their films.
Well, you could just claim her for yourself.
I know, right? Well, yeah. I feel like she should work with it. Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she really was. But the creep factor, the man, he played the role really well. He did as well.
He did.
I struggle with how to talk about it because it is so, some people would say triggering or have these elements where if you've been in these type of situations, you can relate to it. And his performance felt uncomfortable. It was constant, not necessarily constantly uncomfortable, but once it gets uncomfortable, it's very subtle, but you just feel it the whole way through.
Yeah, he did a really good job also. For that end part, where it gets really awkward and uncomfortable and really creepy, the closest he gets to her, like, as we were filming, was just, like, his hand really close to her shoulder. Like, after that, we just, like, took one person at a time on the couch, so neither of them felt weird or uncomfortable about it. So I think filming it was fine. I think editing it, putting it together was where we kind of realized, like, how creepy it felt.
Mhm.
Like he did a really good job of portraying that, but like we didn't want Molly, who's like the lead actress, to feel uncomfortable, so we were like, we're just gonna try to film this in a way that everybody's okay with. And so,
And well, you executed well.
Thank
This isn't your first film race.
no, mm-mm.
How many have you done?
I want to say it's like 5, maybe 5 or 6. I don't know.
Caitlyn's a legend.
No. No, well, I was an EPA, so at my first year doing it, I think it was 2018. So maybe, is that 5 years? I think I've done 5.
We lost
actually.
a whole year to COVID. We don't
That's
really
true.
know what year
That's
it
true.
is.
That's fair.
So last year you did one. Talk about the one you did last year.
Yeah, so last year I was in Dark Water, Dark Skies, which is one that Monica Blitz wrote and directed. And
Hold on.
she's really
on.
great.
Okay, look.
It's a joke, so I keep saying her wrong name.
For the longest, I
Yeah.
would see Monica's name
Yeah.
and say Blitz.
Right.
It wasn't until maybe a month ago someone said Built, and I'm like, who are you talking about?
Right.
And then
Yeah,
I went
it's
back and
Built.
looked at it and said, oh, these letters are not where I thought they were. So Monica, I apologize for Caitlyn.
I keep joking about it, so that's why I keep saying it now. But yeah, anyway.
So you guys
Monica.
worked on that last year.
Yeah, she wrote and directed it, and all I did was act in it, and it was a really great time. It was my first time acting in anything, and I was really nervous, but it was also my first time working. That's not true. It was one of my first times working with Monica, which was really great because now we do a lot of stuff together. So
Okay, I saw it last year. I saw that last year. Really good performance. So good. Let me tell you how good that performance was. I really loved it, and so I went on ranting and raving about it. And then when other people saw it, the people came back and was like, "Yo, Caitlyn got something that I don't understand, but it's really, really good." So when you say it's your first time acting, and you like the chemistry all you guys had in that film was great. But you really sold your character, which feels like you put that character on your main character for Heart Shaped Pancakes. Do you think that's what you did, or?
I don't know. So Monica, Taylin, Sherman, and I were the 3 people that wrote the script, and I don't know how much I was involved in like the characters as much. So maybe subconsciously it was sort of like an element that we threw in there. But I personally feel like I'm not the best actor, so I feel like I like block out that a little bit because I don't like watching myself on like screens and stuff. So I don't know. It was a hard time.
Okay, so you mentioned the people that helped write are now Monica and
Taylin. Yeah.
Taylin. Is this like an ensemble, or are you filling it out, or how do you guys even come together and feel like this chemistry is working?
Yeah, so we all went to school together at Wichita State, and me and Monica actually starred in one of Taylin's directing classes. So I have acted twice, I guess. Because I was in Taylin's film with Monica, which was like a sad breakup sort of thing, and it's really good. But
Because she acted in it.
no, not because not me. It was the writing's really great, and Monica's really great. But I think we all work pretty well together because we've kind of done school stuff a lot. But
very often, I talk to some of the teams, and they have these contentious moments during the process of the film race in Take36. Did you guys have any of that where you start to get a little snippy with each other, or?
yeah, the only time we had that was when we were writing, I think, and it was me who was a little bit
Diva?
probably, I don't know. We were writing, and I was like, we would write dialogue, and then I don't know. I was just like, we had spent so much time writing. I was like, we just have to finish it. We just have to finish it. And so then I think we were like, they wanted to keep writing, and I just wanted to be done with it. Which we probably should have spent more time on the script, which was probably my fault, or definitely was my fault. But I think film races are stressful because you're just trying to get everything finished. But we usually during editing is where I have like those issues where like we kind of like disagree on stuff. But during editing, we got done at like 3 a.m. Like we got done really early, and
How long did it take to write?
So as soon as we got our elements and stuff, we had met up and talked about what we wanted to do, and then we filmed the scene at the grassy area because we had an Airbnb in Newton, and so we wanted to like film here so we didn't have to drive back the next day. So I think we finished like writing our final script at like maybe like 12:30 or 1 a.m. and then we started filming at like 6:30
a.m.
Yeah, well, we started setting up at 6:30, and then the actors came a little bit later. But
what was the most challenging of the whole Take 36 for you, or creating and writing or acting or editing, or what was it that became the most challenging piece to solve?
The audio. So we were editing, and we had filmed with a boom mic, and then we also had lavs that we connected directly to the camera. So we thought we weren't gonna have to sync anything, and then none of the audio showed up in our editing like timeline, and it was all like off. So we had to like match boom audio to like the files, and it was really complicated, and it took us like forever. And then I had to call one of my friends to come, and like he helped us like sync it because all of us were like brain dead at that point because we'd been awake for so long. But audio is always the hardest part.
How often do y'all talk after? Like, you know, everyone needs sleep. Do you guys say, hey, see you in a week? Or do you go to sleep and wake up and say, yeah, that was a ride?
Okay, yeah. So like I think I hung out with Monica the next day, and like we all went to Old Chicago like the night of. So I think we're all, yeah.
Man, that's good. I know a couple teams that broke up. They was never gonna work.
Yeah, well, I've been on teams that have been really stressful, and I think it's just because like you're trying to make something good in such a small amount of time. But like if you find people you work really well with, it's like just like a fun thing to do. And I think that's like what makes it easier is if you're just trying to have fun. Like you don't care about like if you make top 10, you're just worried about making something that you enjoy.
So what keeps you going back to it? You say you've done so many of them, 5 of them, or however many, but you've done so many of them. What makes you continue to participate in the race?
I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think it's a great way to like, I get like writer's block and like these creative blocks a lot, and I think it's a good way to kind of like make you feel more inspired to make stuff because you see everybody else's films, and like that's one of my favorite parts, just watching the showcase because I can see everybody's like projects that they've made. Like I really loved like Shattered Glasses, and then Todd Ramsey's is always great to watch. I just think it's fun like seeing what people can do in that like time constrictions, and then feeling inspired to make something else.
You mentioned before, you know, many of the other films go the funny route or comedy route. Do you ever feel intimidated or challenged by, hey, we know we're going to go a direction that's a little bit more serious, and you're in this particular case definitely heavy, knowing that in the back of your mind you're probably going to have more than half of them do comedy? Does that feel like maybe we should try something different or go back to where we're comfortable?
So I've done like comedy ones in the past, and I just never feel as like I never feel as happy about them because it's not what I like to make. I like to watch comedies a lot, and I think that the ones that are made for Take 36 are really fun. But I think for like me, like in the future, I'm just always going to want to make stuff that's a little bit dark or like serious sort of drama stuff. But
okay, yeah. What is what we'll switch a little bit off there. What are the, so you directed this one. Do you enjoy directing?
Yes, but I also really like, I think I'm a little controlling with the camera, so I kind of prefer to DP. So I DP'd and directed this one. So I really like camera stuff, so I prefer to do that.
What are the type of movies that inspire you, but not just inspire you, but inspire the way that you direct, or the way that you may even DP and do, frame shots and fine composition?
In terms of directing, I feel like I haven't done it very long. Same with camera stuff, but I sort of just like take pieces of what like I've experienced from other sets, of what I really appreciate and enjoy from them. I always like when you make a movie and it feels like everybody's like equal on it. Like it's not like there's like a hierarchy of people. Makes it feel more like you're just hanging out making something that you all care about. For cinematography, I really like foreign films and like really weird camera work and stuff, so I try to go off of that.
Sure.
Okay, well,
Foreign
I like
films.
foreign films. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A little pretentious. But
Yeah. Your favorite foreign
I did
film
go to
then?
film school though, so I guess it's
Yeah, see, I
not really,
didn't.
but kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I kind of. I would say you went to film school.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're
My degree says digital arts filmmaking, so
nah, someone's gonna look at that and say she went to film school. Favorite foreign film?
I really like funny games. I told you this before though. Like,
I'm gonna let you finish.
It's
Yeah.
very messed up. I like funny games a lot, and I also like Dogtooth. That one's really good.
Okay,
Have you seen that?
No, I don't know that.
It's Yorgos Lanthimos, but it's like when he was like making foreign films instead of like English language films. So.
You know, before he got it right, I understand.
Okay, well,
English films. There are some. I don't know how much I count certain type of foreign films, like just because they speak it happens so. A Canadian film, is that a foreign film?
I think technically, right?
Does it have to be shot in
I don't
Canada?
know actually. What's like the requirements for it to be?
I
a
don't
foreign?
know. You the one that watches them.
I don't know. The Yorgos Lanthimos is from Greece, so I feel like that counts as a foreign film.
I kind of
I don't
feel
know.
like if you shoot it in a different country, it should count as a foreign film. So I'll tell you about a foreign film that some people may or may not know about called Fast and the Furious.
Is it Canadian? I don't know.
I think it was made in Argentina or something, Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, but the filmmakers are American. Is that?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
You
don't know.
gotta
I'm
do
gonna
your
say
93
English
and me.
language films and then non-English language films.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. Most everyone is always Googling. Everyone's always on YouTube looking for information of how movies were shot, what it was shot with. So here's the question that most filmmakers want to know: What did you shoot your short with?
So we shot it on a red, is the Komodo, and we used anamorphic lenses. I don't own any of that because it's really expensive. I borrowed it from one of my friends who's also a filmmaker, and we work together a lot. He's really great. So we use that stuff to make it, which I really like because the anamorphic kind of like feels 70s to me. Like it's sort of like a vintage vibe. And then we just edit on DaVinci. So.
Yeah. What sound? What was the sound? What'd you use?
Oh, for sound, I have no idea. I don't know anything about audio. Like we use lav mics, which I have no idea. A boom pole. That's what it's called. I don't know. You hook it to the shirt and then it plugs into the camera.
Okay.
And then there's like a zoom. It's a Zoom recorder. I know the names. I think.
Best female filmmaker here.
I know so much.
So what is what of all the film race pieces that you made, what has been your favorite one, or the one that you feel like more people should have saw?
Oh God. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I like any of the ones I've ever made. I really liked last year's because Monica, it was a really great team to work with. There were like 5 of us total, and Monica's a really great director. So I really liked last year's.
Because you were acting in it?
I don't like my acting.
You're modest.
I'm just so negative. I don't know.
You're modest. You're a modest mouse, if you will.
Okay. At the cotillion in September.
And you're already preparing for it. What is do you plan to continue to do the races?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'll direct every year because I really like switching it up and like doing camera a lot of the time. And I think like Taylor's a really good director, and so is Monica. I hope we keep like the same group, but kind of like switch it around each time. I think that'd be cool.
Which of the ones that you made was the hardest to make?
The hardest to make.
Yeah.
So I won Female Filmmaker in 2019, I think, and we decided to film entirely outdoors, and it was like 102 degrees that weekend. We made a film that was about a food truck that was outside of like a church parking lot. Like it's a really, really bad film. Everybody had a great time working on it, but it's really bad. I don't think it's anywhere online at all. I think we like deleted all evidence of this film, but
It's time to bring it back out.
I don't
We got to
think
get
so.
the
I don't think
the remaster.
they definitely needed
director's
a
cut.
recount that year for the award. It was not ours to win. It was not ours to win.
So you said it was hot. I think you probably should get with Hannah to figure out how to do the film race in the
December?
spring.
No, in the winter.
In the winter.
I think that'd be good.
You know, that'd be the ultimate wild card.
We could make a Christmas movie. That'd be so fun. A Christmas film race.
A Christmas film
A
race.
Hallmark movie film race.
No, you know,
It's got to be a thing.
I'm kind of, you're winning me over.
Yeah, I think
Because I don't like
I think
Christmas
it could work.
movies, but considering the type of stuff you make, it feels like we're going to get one of those horror Christmas.
I like Krampus. No, I feel like the 36-hour film race is perfect time to make a Hallmark movie. Like, I feel like they film Hallmark movies in like 4 days. Like, I think.
I mean, in Lifetime, got to be a good 72
I think
hours.
it could work. Yeah.
They go for it.
Yeah.
But no disrespect to Lifetime. If Lifetime want to contribute to some of these
collaborate.
film packages for the winners of the Take 36 film race. So, well, thank you for doing this.
For sure.
You know, it's easy to talk to you because I talk to you.
Yeah.
So-
I hate talking with this though. Like,
well, yeah, you know, it's a microphone.
It's true.
They got to be able to hear you.
yeah.
Right. So, what do you got coming up?
Oh, okay. Good question. I just finished a short film with my friend Robert Thomas called Drift. We got into No Coast Film Festival, so that's kind of cool. I'm not like working on anything new at the moment, but we're just finished that up. So
you're just really thinking really hard. What can I make happen?
I did write a script, but haven't started that yet.
Is this the script you're talking about?
It's the script I
We're not
told you
gonna
about.
mention
I
that.
can't talk about that.
We don't talk about that one.
No.
Okay, well, thank you for doing this. Your film. Actually, give a shout out. Heart Shaped Pancakes. Let everybody know who participated, who was on the team,
Yeah.
and help make this happen.
So it was okay. So Monica was the producer, and she also wrote a lot of it, and like was really heavily involved with like the production design and everything. And then Taylor Sherman as well was also like she helped write and everything. Then we had Ethan Batchelder who helped edit. My friend Robert Thomas came and helped us a lot. Nathan Campy, Legacy, Victoria Cotto is her name. And then we had the actors, so it was Meghan Welch, Molly Strickler, and James Luce. So I don't think I'm missing anybody. I hope not. It was a great team. It was a great team. Everybody was really awesome to work with. So
All right, Heart Shaped Pancake. We're gonna figure out how people can watch it. Right now, they gotta watch it. Caitlyn. They have to watch it. So, best female director and best set design, production design.
yeah.
Winner, Caitlyn Cody. Thank you.
Thank you.